Greetings comrades, Soviet Gaming here. Today we'll be talking about SINoALICE and we'll be discussing the Colosseum. So this is a newbie guide for the Colosseum because it have way more complex mechanics, it have a really good strategy for the team building, but I'll cover the basics. So how do you change your preference of being in the vanguard or in the rearguard in the Colosseum? You press on your guild. That's a little bit complex, I wasn't sure about that for a while. You go to preferences and over here you can select rearguard preferred or not. If you press confirm, your character will be in the rearguard supporting the rest of your team. If it's set on cancel, that doesn't mean that you will get in the vanguard. That means that the system will automatically pick 5 characters with the highest amount of points who didn't set preparation for the rearguard. So it will be here, top 5 players mostly, unless one of those guys decided to go for the rearguard. For a while I was for the rearguard because I wanted to support and everything, but I changed my preference because I'm really high in points, and I think that's efficient because number 6 guy have only 26k, he's twice as low, so I'm pretty sure that my place over here is way better. I guess you guys know that your Colosseum will start at the time that's specified over here. This is adjusted by the guild leader, so make sure that you pick the right guild for your time, for the time when you will be available, because you really want to be active over there. If your character is offline during that Colosseum fight, he will be not that effective. He will be attacking way slower and using auto skills, basically like you're playing on auto. As you can see, when you're playing on auto, you are about 3 times less effective as usual, so it's better to have all the people available. So first of all, when the Colosseum starts, you'll get this timer going down to 0, and now you can join the actual combat. If everything works, you will load the thing and get right into the fight. Over here, you either in the back area or in the front area. If you're in the front area, your goal is to take out the enemies, so you gotta do all you can to do as much damage as possible. Every skill use SP over here as usual, but you can truly recover your SP like usual. There is only one way to recover SP, and I'll show it to you a bit later, because right now I'm a little bit busy here. You want to be really more careful how you're spending it so the enemies are down. When your enemies are down, you're attacking enemy gunship. This is either the time for you to recover SP if you're in the support, in the rear guard, I remember the name rear guard, or if you're in the front guard, you most likely want to do damage because every attack costs only 10 SP over here, unlike usual, and you really want to do as much damage as possible because that gives you the life force. So you do as much damage as possible. This is an option for you to recover SP before the normal fight, and I think you want to do it maybe something like 15 seconds before the actual fight, or you can try to go all in like I'm trying to do. Going all in is one of the options because that gives you a lot of life force, and actually the problem is you can't really do anything about that. You're just clicking the thing and there is nothing you can do about that. There we go. We're going back to fight, and you can again try to do as much damage as possible to the enemies, or do your own stuff, take the enemies down, heal yourself, I don't know. Do whatever you can to destroy the enemies as fast as possible. That's your goal. When you're out of SP though, when you're out of SP like I am right now, you click SP recovery and do all those known things that you did all the time already. So you can either recover the full amount of SP, that's what I would recommend right now because it's more efficient, but you want to be fast here, or you can recover part of it if the fight is really going hard and you want to be on the battlefield. Just recover enough to get back in the fight and come back here and destroy the enemies basically. When you will get the full SP, or when you don't want to do that anymore, you can come back and actually use your recovered SP here. Yeah, I'm trying to fight and talk to you at the same time, guys. It's not really working. The enemies are definitely weaker here, so I can see that our guys are doing so much more damage to the enemy and they don't really stand the chance. So we will try to keep buffing ourselves and destroying the enemies. So yeah, for the front guard, it's way better to use someone like warriors, the guys who have the weapons for all the attacks, because I decided to pick a mage and I don't have that many mage damage skills, but since I have really high power, high points, I'm more efficient here because enemies can't really damage me that much, so I can tank. Moreover, all my skills will do more damage. When you in the rear guard all your attacking skills are doing way less damage. You can also show your friends that you are alive by using that thing, because when you're in the rear guard, when you're buffing the guys, you want to buff the guys that are actively playing, that are in the game. They will do more attack, they'll be more efficient than the AI. AI is doing really slow attacks, so they aren't that good in that concern. Yeah, that's not useful to use AI for that. Can we summon this? Yes. You can summon the demon, and this is like one-time thingy, so you gotta do what it says to do. You want to use those kind of weapons, basically the buff ones, the spear ones, and so on. And I'm out of SP again, so I'll get recover. And in the recover, when you see those fat guys, they recover you 30 SP, and the normal ones recover you 4 SP. So if you got several of those fat guys, you are really lucky with that. And that's how the whole fight goes. So basically, your rear guard focusing on buffing your front guard, buffing your active players who are in the game right now, you can distinguish the players in the game if they didn't told you about that by the fact that they attacking way more frequently. Like Yuha GM is therefore in the game because look at his or her attack rate. The Soviet is doing that as well, but Kaiser and Hamura is probably offline because they don't really do a lot of attacks. So if you're in the rear guard, focus on the guys who are active and try to keep them alive at all costs, because they will be at least twice as efficient as your offline fellas. So the AI enemies will come back either if the gunship will be destroyed or when they will recover. I can show it to you right now because we are not really dying, but when you die, you go into the recovery room and you have the timer before recovery. So when all your guys recovering, when all your team is ready for action, you're going back into the skirmish battle. And basically that's it. So the main idea of the game that you have to properly balance your SP recovery. The best time to recover SP if your team have failed the fight. You are being in your recovery state, and over there make sure that everyone goes and recover your maximum SP over there, because that will allow you to recover it without missing out in the fight like I am doing right now. But when you're in the vanguard and when you're attacking, you want to balance it out. Either you want to go all in like I'm doing right now by using it as often as possible, or you want to use it like if the enemies are weak. If the enemies are strong, you want to recover your SP during fighting the gunship, because during this state there are no enemies and you can recover your SP quite easily. Try to make sure that all your allies are alive. That will make it easier for you to spread around the damage on your team, because the more people you have alive, the better it will be. Like they won't be focusing on your active guy. They might not know that it works like that. Here they go again. And try to take out the enemy that is active as well. So if you are actively trying to find a good team, focus on the guys who are active. Like, I'm not sure who is active on their team, by the way. That guy isn't. They don't really do a lot of attacks. Maybe all the active players are in the rear guard. But yeah, I'm out of SP again, so that's really annoying, and you gotta go and recover it. There we go, enemies are down again. So those guys don't really stand a chance against us. Maybe they are not that active, maybe they are weaker. I'm not really sure, but we are actually doing way better job at this. So yeah, let's sum it up. When you are going into the Colosseum, make sure that you pick the right role. Make sure to pick the right role. Make sure that if you are in the front guard, you will be active. Try to be as active as possible. It's better that all the front guard guys will be active and will be doing their maximum attack, like it's happening right now, right? Other than that, your rear guard guys, the guys that are behind the scenes, want to focus on buffing your main guys or focusing the active enemy guys. That will help so much. When you are switching to the fight mode, make sure to buff yourself and your friends and take out the active players first. All the buffs, if you won't die, they will stack up. They will stack up like they're stacking up for me. I have 11 buffs for spell attacks, so they don't really stand a chance of doing anything about it. We have a lot of spellcasters, by the way, I think, because look at the amount of buffs we're getting right now. Yeah, unlikely I can show you the recovery process right now because enemies are dying way too fast. But yeah, they're all down. But yeah, during the recovery, you basically click recover button and recover SP. That's about it. There is nothing special in the recovery stage as well. There you go, guys. We summoned the enemy demon, I think, and we will actually get its benefits. I'm pretty sure about that. Let's take a look. So basically, when you summon a demon, the team, yes, the team that will execute its requirements, they are written right there at the top, will get the bonus, So both of the times it were us, we were the ones who actually got it, and I'm out of XP again. For the team composition, try to place your strongest characters in front guard. Right, don't put your weak guys in. If you have a lot of players and they're really close to each other, placing the guys who can do those physical attacks like the sword and spear guys in front is more beneficial. So I'm the only mage here because I am top 1 in my guild in terms of points. So I deserve this position because it will be more efficient for me to be here than being in the back and buffing everyone. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of damage, I'm doing good bonuses to the team basically. The enemies can't really do anything about that, to be honest. So yeah, placing strong players in the front, guys, will increase your chances of victory quite a lot because they won't be killed that fast, they will be able to do a lot of damage during that time, and look at that, the enemies have been decimated, not even by me, I don't know who's doing that. Yeah, and yeah, it will give you more life force because they will be more active, they will be doing more damage to the gunship. That's why I actually moved here. So I can do more damage to the gunship because before that I was in the back area and my damage to the gunship was really low. When the ship is down, you'll be moving back to this area where you fight the enemies. So make sure that you're ready, I guess. Make sure that you're ready. The whole Colosseum fight takes 20 minutes. And during that time, your goal is to take as much life force as possible. Life force being rewarded for attacking the enemies, for attacking the enemy gunship, for... I think that's about it. Probably for healing your teammates as well. I'm not really sure. I can even check it right now. And yeah, right now I need to do another SP recovery. Alright, the enemies can't really do any damage to me anymore because I think I've got way too high buffs on the defense and everything. So they don't really stand a chance. Like, they're doing 1 damage to me, that's nothing. But they can still kill my friends, and I don't want that. I want my friends to be alive. I don't want them to get the life force for that. And I want to keep those guys alive and well. And I think that will end the fight for us. So, as you can see, we won. We got 100k life force. I think it's a good result, I'm not really sure. But it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard because... we were lucky. Oh my god, it's so weird. It's always like switching between one and another. I don't understand. We destroyed the ship, but how? It had way more health, I guess. Be mindful though that this is a team fight. So you really want to help your allies and work as a team, not trying to get the most result for yourself. Let's see. So after the fight is over, you'll be getting those results. And you can actually see who did the most damage, who was the most useful, and so on. Some way I can't access contribution rank today, unluckily we can see that. Although guys, it might take some time for the rewards to arrive, so don't panic if they aren't here. They will be in your present box a bit later. So you will get some rewards for the participation. Those are upgrade tablets and 5 charm medals. Some rewards for taking enemy gunship down, so it's upgrade tablets and the 3 charm medals actually. That's pretty nice. And for victory you'll get some charm medals again, 5 of those, and some victory rewards. So overall you get 13 medals at the very early stages of the game. And don't forget to claim all that stuff. I would strongly suggest saving those medals for something good for your class, for example, the weapon, or whatever you might use. Well, basically the weapon is the best option, I think. Because at the early stages of the game, it's pretty hard to get the nice weapons, guys. So guys, that's all I can tell about Colosseum right now. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this guide, and if you have any extra tips for the Colosseum, please share them. Because it's pretty chaotic right now. Yeah, we know the base mechanics, but there is always something that you might mention. I think the best tip will be to having all of your guildmates online. While you're going to the comments, don't forget to leave a like to this video and subscribe to this channel. Make sure that the bell notification is turned to all so you won't miss any new videos. Also, make sure to check the description and the pinned comment for the links. There is a playlist for SINoALICE guides. You will love them. There is a website with written guides in the text format, so they might be more useful for you. I don't know what you like more. Probably videos, right? You're on YouTube. There is also a Discord for our fantastic community, so you might want to join that. And there is a link to my Twitch account where I'm playing PC games. Those are pretty hard and I'm struggling, so if you like to see people struggling in games, I'm your guy. Mostly RPGs and strategies, so no battle royale shooters. Mostly. And also, I would appreciate if you would follow me on all the social media over here, or in the description, or in the pinned comment. Thank you guys for watching. That's about it for now. Suvit out. До свидания.